You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we've had continued backlash, continued fallout from the repulsive opening ceremonies from last Friday night, I believe it was, at the start of the Paris Olympics. There's, of course, been a lot of backlash, conversation, and boycotts that have come out of that. Well, now we have a couple of more things. Number one, Paris was expecting this influx of tourists for the Olympics, right? Well, evidently that has not happened because the Olympics has a serious issue right now with attendance. And I've got one picture that I will show you that is extremely embarrassing. And they now have had to drop ticket prices that were really expensive. We're talking about like $15 tickets now. Okay, it's been a lot of fallout, a lot of damage from transgenders and drag queens doing a parody of The Last Supper. Christians didn't appreciate it, and they have decided to just push back from the table and say, no, we're not consuming this. Well, now we've got businesses that have turned off the Olympics in protest and issued statements in protest of these Olympic Games, and these are businesses in Ohio, and my gut feeling is, after this is starting to go viral now, I mean, you see right there, there's nearly 9,500 shares on Facebook of this, and this has got basically 1,700 comments. That's a lot, folks. And this is starting to make its way around now that these Ohio businesses have chosen not to televise the Olympics to their patrons after the insulting displays during the opening ceremonies in Paris on Friday. People aren't having this. They're saying, no, you want to make fun of Christians? We won't consume your product, period. The restaurants located in Columbus and Cleveland and owned by restaurateur Bobby George issued a joint statement on Tuesday announcing their decision to cancel the games. The four restaurants are Town Hall, Reboy, I think, is that, or Reboil, Green Goat, and Mandrake, according to WKYC. The post read labeled the drag queen themed parody of The Last Supper as, quote, insulting the Christian faith. In addition, the statement said, we will not tolerate any form of discrimination or desecration. Therefore, we will not be broadcasting the Olympic Games in our restaurants. Right there. Portrayal of The Last Supper was handled in an irresponsible level of irreverence, insulting the Christian faith. Wow. We unapologetically uphold a standard where all religions, races, sexual orientations, national origins, disabilities, ages, and gender identities are respected. We will not tolerate any form of discrimination or desecration. Therefore, we will not be broadcasting the Olympic Games at any of our restaurants. At just about the midpoint of the opening ceremonies, cameras focused on a bridge in which a group of drag queens and LGBT performers took their places in a parody of The Last Supper. I don't want to hear that that's not what it was. Look, that creepo director can come out and say anything he wants to at this point. They're trying to save face. They've tried to pull that Olympic ceremony down off of all of social media all over the place. They took it off of YouTube because it got blasted into hell. I mean, straight to hell, rejected. I mean, dislikes, you name it, crushed in the comments, all of it, to the point they had to yank it down. So now they've got an empty seat problem on top of it. And and that restaurant thing, by the way, this thing, you're going to see more of this. Backlash, boycotts, that's all happening. Empty seats at the Paris Olympics prompt organizers to offer tourists bargain basement prices on tickets. Look at that. I'm not sure what event this is. We're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. And that's Paris 2024 right there. I don't know what that's supposed to be. It looks like a soccer field or a rugby field, but holy moly, nobody's there. Row upon row of empty seats at the Paris Olympic Games has reportedly made organizers panic, prompting them to offer tourist tickets at fire sale prices. Yikes. According to the Daily Mail, tickets have been offered for events for Team Great Britain for as little as £12 or US $15 to $39. But it's not just events for the Brits that are getting the discount treatment. Yikes. Entry for the women's Japan versus Nigerian group stage game at the Stade de France on August 31st and Australia versus the USA were both selling for £15. And the tickets for the Friday's men's quarterfinal at Lyon Stadium also on sale at the same price, with seats for £15 for those who purchase more than 4 at once. Basketball games on August 31st are going cheap, with admission for 2 games, Japan versus Germany and Australia versus Canada, selling for just over £19. So that's interesting. I wonder if it's, I would assume, I don't know if it's the men or women's game, but there are professional players all over both of these, both the men's and the women's basketball games. So they can't, even with pro players involved, they can't get anybody to show up. Yikes. Before the start of the Olympics, the Paris rail system was hit with a series of arson attacks that caused massive delays and caused widespread transportation issues throughout the French capital and the area around it. Seriously, Olympic organizers potentially gave ticket buyers another reason not to attend the games after putting on a blasphemous performance during the opening ceremony, which contained, among other things, a drag queen-inspired parody of The Last Supper. Can you imagine if you went over there to watch the Olympic Games and then that opening ceremony took place? And you're thinking, are you kidding me? It's like, okay, well, we're just going to tour Paris at this point. We're not even going to these games now. Wow. So we're seeing attendance issues and now businesses turning the Olympics off in their establishments. And like I said, you're going to see more businesses do this. And they're going to come out and blatantly say, this is why we are doing it. Man, I've seen, since we started Black and White Sports, of course, the big channel, now this channel that's growing as fast as the big channel, this has been one of the most, one of the largest backlashes to anything we've seen in a long time. Okay, we're talking on the level of the NBA putting Black Lives Matter on the court. That was a huge one. Or them not wanting to, I can't remember the guy that tried to stab the cop in Ohio, and the NBA decided to they were going to boycott a playoff game. Oh, hell, the world exploded over that. I think we had a live stream, and it had like 20,000 people or something like that in there. This is akin to that, folks. The year that channel blew up was the George Floyd year, and that's the kind of all this social justice stuff started coming out, and it went insane with backlash. People were like, really? What is going on? We don't want all these social justice messages, and we don't want all this politics in our sports. And now this happened. Wow. It's been crazy. It really has. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.